became popular in StarCraft episode 21-30. Thank you all for pressing like and follow. It's encouragement for each other. I apologize for the translation. You've donated category bank 0253520310. Then let's start. Episode 21 Helper. You've grown up. Chu Yao by YouTube shed tears of relief. Don't act like you've moved or to getting married. Hey, stop watching dramas. We can't let our cultivation fail. This city is almost zero and is not suitable for cultivation. We don't care. But Chu Yao can't wait. Our age is the easiest time to start. A few years later, I'm afraid it will delay our growth. What does senior system mean? We don't know when we go back, and we have to plan long term. One is to restore our cultivation as soon as possible, which is the foundation. Two is because we have to develop our own strength on the new planet, so as not to be involved by others everywhere. So we should do our separate duties. Sister, I understand. As Chu Yao's boss, I'll take good care of it. You hear? Chu Yao said Billy, why, I also want to go out and play. No, I mean take CE, that's it. I'm going to have you with it out. I've already thought of it. Linking sorry like that. Big, it isn't possible to have patient alone. The mine is a good place for cultivation. In a few days I'll take her. You just want to watch them run away in the supermarket on the corner of the road. The eldest still looked serious. He turned his face away, as he did not hear Chu Yao's words. 3 days later. Chu Yao said goodbye to the two outside the city. Chu Yao finally agreed. She did not have to worry and Tianai had nowhere to go. After hearing Chu Yao tell her story, she wanted to go out and see the world. Oh, I am busy, please be busy. Chu Yao was like a lonely old man behind, and began to think about the next plan. The faint sunlight shone down from above, casting long shadows along the corners and alleys of the colourful tall buildings. The sky was dark and cold, not only because of the new star's unique climate, but also because of the small from the city's industries. Chu Yao was now in the 8th Ring Road, the dark street area of Tianai City. Excluding the small towns outside the city, the actual urban area of Tianai could be divided into 1 to 10 rings. Within the 4th ring was the central area, from 5th to 7th ring was the civilian area, from the 8th to 10th ring was the lower Stark Street. Narrow alleys intersected, all the walls were covered with graffiti and small advertisements, and tangled wires were tangled in a messy network over their heads. Pale drug addicts, tramps in the alleys, street girls wearing heavy makeup, peddlers. The further you went, the more people you saw. The 8th Ring Road and 7th Ring Road were clearly separated by a road, but their appearances were very different. The grand and beautiful spicy city revealed a bright modern corner on the edge of the city. It seemed that no matter what civilization, there were people who had been abandoned, even if they had been remote in a human paradise, there was no exception. The basement where Chu Yao and the others were hiding was between 7th Ring Road and the 8th Ring Road. After comparing them, she had a slight feeling, but what hit in her heart was an indescribable sense of security. Since there were still places like the Dark Street that law enforcement agencies could not control, the alley probably not started with one hand in the Yuanying Elder. Since she was cultivating as a human, she had also walked through places similar to the Dark Street and Yuanying. Although this place was perfect to Chu Yao, it felt like he had returned to his hometown. Give me time to develop, and I'll always fly up in the sky. Humph, wait and see, big sister, I will surprise you when you come back. That's what I said, but right now, Chu Yao was also a little confused. There was no reason why she came to the Dark Street. She was black. Chu Yao tried to find a job on 7th Ring Road a few days ago. Her education had been greatly reduced, but when all bosses heard that she couldn't show her ID card, they immediately started to chase the customer away. The serious citizens of Tianai all had something called an ID card, which was their identity card. And Chu Yao, an outsider, naturally didn't have it. Fortunately, the last boss was found, and suggested that she try it on the Dark Street because there were no rules here. Buy a plate, miss a plate, 4 yuan, 3 yuan, 10 yuan. Don't buy, refund. Chu Yao patiently chased away the peddlers near her. Even if you want it, you can't buy it, no money. As she walked, she saw a small restaurant on the corner of a street with a sign recruiting repairmen. Hiring kitchen helpers, male or female, no age limit, 2,000 per month, including food and accommodation. Hey, including food and accommodation is not bad. Let's talk about housing first. She didn't want to stay in the stuffy basement, huh? Chu Yao pushed the door open and walked in. The owner of the shop was a fat middle-aged old lady laying on the reception desk, brushing Fei Yu's teeth in annoyance, making a lot of noise. Fei Yu is an app for watching short videos, which is found on almost every mobile phone with Heavenly Blood. Chu Yao looked around. The shop front was small, with 5 or 6 small wooden tables of all in white. And posters were posted on the wall. Small but not cluttered, looking neat. What do you want to eat? The menu is on the wall. Go and see for yourself. Auntie looked up and focused on her phone again. Oh no, are you still hiring assistants? I still noticed hanging outside the door. The owner of the company was taken back for a moment, and finally looked up at Chu Yao seriously. Eyes found her buddy. Recruiting is definitely. N. The landlady's eyes were full of doubt, and she hesitated to speak. Why, I don't think I get a new job. It really doesn't look like it. Chu Yao was now wearing ripped jeans, a purple black sweater on her body, and baseball cap on her head. The security team uniform she was wearing before had been thrown away, and she couldn't wear it anymore. It was so eye-catching. As for the origin of this outfit, don't ask me, ask my sister. In addition, she had cut her waist-length hair brutally. Don't worry, it can be restored any time at the cultivation base. The outfit made her look like a street girl, not a worker. Little girl, listen to my persuasion. It's normal for her to quarrel with her family at her age. They only consider her a runaway student. I came here to work, really. Chu Yao couldn't laugh or cry. We don't recruit minors here. I'm all grown up. I just turned 18 this year. Chu Yao will always be 18. The owner was still a little unbelievable, so Chu Yao opened her 3-inch hand and started crying hard. I'm fine, you move the other party. Okay, then say me first. Call your family when you have time, and don't let them worry. The owner of the business has already identified the girl who left Chu Yao's house, and not in the 8th episode, the family's mold run debuted. What is your name? My name is Chi. You can call me CE. For precautions, it's better not to mention your real name. Okay, CE, go to the kitchen first. After the owner finished speaking, she turned around and shouted, Old man, I found an assistant. Got it. Chu Yao followed the voices from a man in the kitchen. The man looked fierce. This is really a small shop, run by a husband and wife only. The man was a little surprised to see Chu Yao's appearance, but let Chu Yao try cutting some dishes first. Then he was shocked to find that little girl was busy using a knife and seemed to be very familiar with working in the kitchen. Little girl, isn't it easy? Have you done it before? Of course not. Otherwise, how could I apply for this job? Not only did she do it before, she was born in this job before. She trained to work as a kitchen assistant. In the restaurant, everything was done. Chu Yao cut magic blue cabbage into pieces according to the boss's instructions, and put it in a small bowl for later use according to the regulations. My surname is Hao, so I don't have to call you boss. You just call me Uncle Hao. The one who collects money outside is my wife. Don't worry, I won't be busy at the lunchtime. I'll arrange a place for you. Chu Yao followed Uncle Hao, walked from the back door to the room, and was led in a clean small room by him. A small bed, a table, a set of chairs and benches, and a bookshelf with books and small ovens on it. You stay here first. It used to be my son's home, and now it's neatly organized. Now, your son is Chu Yao. Chu Yao really feels that Uncle Hao looks familiar now. It shouldn't be such a coincidence, right? Oh, that van bastard didn't notice it. He said they used to have to do business, but he ran away for many years without you phone. Uncle Hao lit a cigarette and started smoking. I don't tell my family anything. I really want to make a lot of money. In fact, all family no matter how much money I make. There are too many things to say. You, stay here first, and I'll call you later when you're not free. Okay, thank you, Uncle Hao. Oh, it's okay. You call your family often when you're free. Don't blame my family. This child was like a man who made others miss him. All day long, Hao Shu sighed and walked away. Chu Yao's parents were all gone. Cultivators had long lifespans, but ordinary people do not. Furthermore, Chu Yao also experienced separation from her loved ones with her own eyes. The Chu family was still there, but it was no longer the Chu family that it used to be. When everyone she was familiar with turned into a handful of ochre, the only blood connection left between people in those families that had lost for generations was hers. To her now, perhaps the only one who could be called family was her elder sister. There was also a pamphlet. Then, there were fellow colleagues and disciples of the Yuanying sect, a name popped in her head. Give me a good life, and I will take you one by one off my ancestors become rich. Chu Yao lay on a small bed and rolled around leisurely like a kitten. In any case, I finally have a place to live. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. As for his Uncle Hao, Chu Yao was almost certain that he was Shou's father. The owner should be his mother. The man surnamed Hu was the one who wanted to steal her things in mind and the bride later. But she still held back before saying it. Chu Yao remembered the day of her escape, a scheme would be snapped to the car behind them. But she wasn't sure if she would be able to escape successfully in the end. Instead of causing more trouble for the old couple, they continued to believe that their children were lost outside. Poor parents in the world, I became popular in StarCraft. Chapter 22 Beautiful Chef. TMI City, Chiang Building, 20th floor at months since the mail reported the psychic state, with 2 psychics who had broken in the city seemed to have vanished into thin air. Both the law enforcement bureau and security forces could not find the slightest clue. Mail felt restless in the office. His hair was a mess again, and he was very pale. He hadn't slept well for a month. He felt like he was sewing pins and needles when he thought that there were 2 man bombs in his jurisdiction. It had taken him more than 10 years to find this position, starting as staff member. The older he worked at the early company, and finally got his wish at the age of 40. After becoming the mayor, he didn't just sit back and enjoy benefits. He did a lot of things with determination, and the city became stable and better. Moreover, it was promotion season in the early company, and he also wanted to raise his performance in the level. As a result, such a big thing happened in the censure. It was the fault of the colonial department. This is what had to be done. He reported this matter to the high departments in exchange for claim ball balloon departments. In fact, to some extent, it was true that the early company should not be blamed. According to the rules of the Union, the psychics captured by the colonial company must be strictly refined according to the regulations, that is, limiting and destroying the psychics' superhuman abilities, checking and repeating for a long time. This process has to test time. Although there have been some minor mistakes over the centuries, the number of times is very small, and they are all within control. These mistakes did not put too much in danger, and there has never been a precedent for tipping. Suddenly, a precedent was formed. Who would have thought that a freak like Chu Yao would pop up and create a comfort technique that was to salvation? Fortunately, this incident had attracted the attention of the high departments, and support is on the way. Suddenly, the phone rang. Mail Wu glanced at the screen and hurriedly picked it up. Mail Wu, we have received a special demand from the arbitration office, and we will be back in 10 minutes. Okay. Mail Wu was relieved. Soon, an assistant walked in the office of a man and woman. The man was tall and straight, and his sea blue core uniform was meticulous and neat like new. His complexion was fair, his eyes were deep and calm, and his slightly raised eyebrows showed a hint of playfulness. Chen Yu, the special commander of the criminal investigation department of the London Magistrate's office, this is my assistant Zhu Xingson. The man announced himself as a family member and reached out his hand. His gesture, hey, great. I finally look forward to you. Mail Wu reached out and rapped hard. Don't you know, we have been looking for it for a long time, and today, we almost turned the city upside down. Don't worry, Mayor, we're professionals. Chen Yu replied with a smile. Okay. Come on, I might distinguish best have tea. No need for drink tea. It's not too late. I still want to start work as soon as possible. Please, Mayor. The prisoner's information. No problem. I will definitely cooperate fully. Add the seafood fried rice to their table. Seafood fried rice, very good. Chu Yao poured chopped side dishes in the pot, and the hot oil fried the whole room with fragrant smell. After a while, a plate of steamed fried rice was cooked just right and was sent to the dining table. Your elder sister, Oldu, is a good cook. Where did you secretly learn recently? Come on, this is a new chef. You don't know yet. I've seen her before. She's so beautiful. She looks like a student and she can do her job quickly. The owner of the business sat behind the counter with flushed face and counter banknotes. The corners of her mouth lifted, hiding a smile. In the past month, their small shop business can be said to be booming, and all of this is thanks to Chu Yao. This small shop was previously run by a couple, and the reason for hiring workers was because Lao was old. His hands and feet were a little clumsy, so he found someone to help. Who would have thought that you would hire a chef to replace the chef? It was obviously the same dish, but it suddenly changed into Chu Yao's hands. Everyone who tasted said it was good. Then it being Chu Yao's cooking and Uncle Hao helped. The business was originally dull, so the two of them were together. As a result, after the chef changed, more and more customers came back. Some people saw Chu Yao's appearance and were even more surprised that the new chef was so young. After word of mouth, many customers came. Someone posted a video of her cooking on Feiyu with the title, Exploring the Shop in Dark Street, a beautiful female chef in a small restaurant. Although they have only a few hundred broadcasts, it needs a little red in the Dark Street circle of Tianai City. In this way, many people can eat. Sometimes taste the craftsmanship, sometimes admire the beauty. Of course, Chu Yao's first reaction after knowing this was not joy or fear, but anger. Why? Why? I don't mean money on her salary. Naturally, the couple will not let Chu Yao do it for nothing and directly double her salary. Chu Yao, who had received her first month's salary, was filled with tears. The first thing she did was spend 2,000 yuan to buy a second-hand smartphone and register for your account. Okay, this is the last order. Take. Tired. CAE, rest for a while. Leave this alone. You're thinking, Aunt Lee, I'll help you do it together. The old couple looked at Chu Yao with a smile. The more they looked, the more they liked it. If they couldn't find a son, they might be her daughter-in-law. Forget it, you have been tired all day. We can still do this job. Chu Yao couldn't stand the two of them, so she had to have her apron and go back to the room to change clothes. Clothes. The clothes she changed and still had a strong smell of oil and salt, which she didn't like. She had been away from the world for too long since cultivating. In the past month, in this small shop, she had been busy in front of the stove every day, listening to the customers chatting lively, pushing cups and changing cups, which made her feel that she was child and relaxed in an indescribable way. The fireworks in the world were the best comfort to the human heart. She was no longer a human being, but she still had to cultivate her mind. Away from her hometown, her relatives and friends had separated, and her sister had left again. Although she can provide a child, her heart felt empty at times. After a month of chaos, my empty heart gradually calmed down on the comfort of human fireworks, and became more stable without earth. Chu Yao lay on her back on the bed and opened Feiyu. The account of the beautiful chef Chu Yao had a total of 793 views and 30 fans. Why didn't you turn up a playback volume? Chu Yao sat on bed, her face twisted in a ball, and she was deeply in doubt. She couldn't go on like this anymore. Her heart, which had just calmed down, was about to move again. With her mobile phone, Chu Yao, who had learned to surf the internet, finally opened the door to a new world. The world of Tianmen was really wonderful. No, one exclamation mark was not enough. Use 3 exclamation marks. Cheers. Amusement parks, cinemas, concert halls, dance bars, internet cafes, karaoke rooms, shower rooms, foot massage, squickling. These were just some of the entertainment venues. This was the first time in her life that she knew that people's entertainment could play so many tricks. There are all kinds of food. Broadcasting and variation of shops. All kinds of food. Friends leave. Outdoor adventures with endless panoramic views. Online celebrity live broadcasts bring tens of thousands of goods to sell overnight. Video, there's everything, singing, chatting, playing games, folk sciences, popular storytelling, cute jokes and satiric events. And there are also those technologies such as automatic hot water cups, ergonomic massage chairs, and the latest method that flies from one end of the mainland to the other with full power. Bed. She was country bumpkin from countryside of Fingyan. She had no seen such a battle. She hadn't saw me on the night she bought a mobile phone. She deeply felt the gap between feudal society and modern civilization, and her heart was about to break. However, with her character, she acted like a normal person in the blink of an eye, and began to pay attention to various brothers in the shop. Adding more than 1,200 in one night, breaking through the upper limit. Because of this, she spent 30 yuan to sign up for membership. Otherwise, she could only have 900 members. The next morning, Aunt Lee was shocked to see Chu Yao's dark circles, and asked her if she was home to last night. She was not so tired, but full of energy. It wasn't easy to swipe her mobile phone to the third level of Yuanying. If she wanted to, the dark circles on her eyes would be reduced with a single thought. It had been weeks since I bought a mobile phone. Chu Yao now spent her time in Feiyu. Except for work, she had never gone out of the city yet. She had also learned to buy things online. And then she started shopping madly. No way. These things were too tempting, and they were all new things she had never seen before, and she wanted to see everything. Then, our balance dropped to 100 yuan. I am amazing. This fur coat is so beautiful. No, I've got to buy this electric toothbrush. The one that automatically follows the suitcase actually works. She tapped the buy button with trembling fingers. Then a prompt popped up. The balance in your account is insufficient. Then the advertisement popped up below. Insufficient balance. Use Feiyu loan. Feiyu. Small loan. Loan for a better life. No, 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 stop quickly. My hands. Don't fall in the trap of having a man. Chu Yao finally controlled herself, and when she recovered, her forehead was covered in sweat. Looking at the balance in her account, she finally calmed down and returned to reality. Back to the basics. There's no money. In this small shop, 4,000 a month is quite good for a black cook, but it isn't possible for Chu Yao to be satisfied with this. You figure it out, it's 48,000 a year, depending on the business. In this season, the couple weren't able to pay Chu Yao's salary. Registering a company is cheap, but expanding business is difficult, and it requires at least 1 million yuan in capital. Not to mention the spaceship that Chu Yao dreams day and night. The cheapest small interstellar spaceship for a single person. The production cost alone is nearly 100 million. 100 million. What year and month will she cook? I'm afraid both of them have died, and the eldest sister have been promoted to immortality. Maybe Xiao will become immortal, and I'll still work here. No way. I have to leave him on the way. Chu Yao was still racking her brains when she suddenly heard the loud noise coming from the shop. Old man Hao, it's time to pay this month's protection fee. Mobile phone users, please browse and read. Palm Tree is more convenient. I became popular in StarCraft. Chapter 23 Shen Yu. I heard that your business is doing well this month, so let's pay an additional 500 protection fee. Little brother, look what you said. We are all small businesses. If business is good, how much room can we earn? Old man Hao, I hope you see the situation clearly. If you want to continue your business in the Dark Street, if it weren't for us, the Yutu gang, protecting you, Chu Yao entered the shop from her bedroom in an instant. I saw 3 punks in leather clothes standing at the door. Their hair was dyed coffee. They gangsters, and they reeked to alcohol and tobacco. One with excess of green dyed hair, who looked like leader of the three, was staring at him without hiding greed in his eyes. This one had been very popular in East Street recently. A beautiful female chef, right? Old man, how? We won't make it difficult for you. You let this little bit over us 2 days, and then you have 500. Little brother, we pay. In the future, we rely on you to get a lot. Seeing Chu Yao coming out, Aunt Lee immediately went to Lao and asked him to put Chu Yao back in the house. Wait, you didn't agree me after seeing me, do you want to run? The green hair raised his head arrogantly, and the two subordinates understood, grabbed the sect dishes on the dining table and threw them. On the round, there was a cracking sound, which scared Aunt Lee, and she pleaded again, brothers, let's pay. This child is from the city, and he doesn't know much. The rules of the road, big brother can do it. Okay. The passerby outside the door heard the commotion and saw. Seeing they were fight, they walked up quietly, pretending not to see. How much did your family charge for protecting money? Always off on East Street yours. Chu Yao, who thought all this, immediately asked. One family, 900. This is all Brother Joe's rules. Wait, why do I have to answer you? A motorcycle will take you around. As he spoke, he stretched out. The lady hand grabbed Chu Yao. Uncle Ho saw that something was wrong, so he wanted to step forward to stop him. But at one point, Chu Yao was already standing in front of him, and then he saw a blurry scene in front of him. Boom. Chu Yao saw the timing, kicked green hair in the stomach, and kicked the person a few meters away and fell outside the door. She just kicked casually, no spiritual power. If you increase your spiritual power or use a little spell, this kick can kill this time bastard. The two underlings ran over and panicked to help Blue. Damn it, little girl, don't even mention martial arts. Ambush. The green-haired girl stopped with a smile and was about to curse when Chu Yao jumped out like a wolf and two more flew up. The two followers' feet fell heavily to the ground, howling pain. This. The green-haired guy knew that he had hit the stall hard today, and he was shocked, but he didn't forget pull the tiger skin. You there provide you to gang. You useless. Our brother Joe is not good. I will let you go. Noisy. Chu Yao punched him a few more times. But she didn't summon him hard to save the other party. Oops, stop hitting, little auntie, I was wrong. The green-haired person couldn't bear to be kicked, rolling around in pain, and kept begging for mercy. Chu Yao had the kind of temper, she was the only one who bullied others before, and no one to bully her. Moreover, these were just perverts who bullied others. She grabbed one of the green-haired person's ears and directed him to the wall. Can we have a talk now? Yes, sister, let go. Let me ask you a question, and you answer me. A few words, what is the origin of the Yutu gang? Who is the everybody you're talking about? The green-haired man wanted to say in days, big sister, didn't you just ask a few questions? But the strong desire to survive made him say quickly, you the Yutu gang is the largest gang in Dark Street. Brother Joe is a gang leader, and he also has to collect protection money. Gang Chu Yao is no stranger to this word. Those bloggers have a lot of common sense about having a man, including content about so-called investors, which is instantly obvious. This Dark Street is entirely under your control. I am in charge of 3 streets in the east and more than a dozen shops. I did ask you. I said that you, the entire gang, the entire Dark Street can. The largest shop is under control of the entire gang, and each family pays 900 a month. This small gang actually occupies the entire Dark Street. Chu Yao was shocked. The so-called Dark Street refers to the 8th to 10th rings of Tianhai City. It sounds very small, but in fact, the entire city area occupies a very large area. The ring is just a vague name, and each ring covers a large area of the city. All the shops on the Dark Street, roughly calculated, are no less than 1,000. 1,000 shops, one family costs 900. 1 month is 9 million. A year. Chu Yao's eyes shone, and she licked her lips with excitement. The more she looked at the green hair, the more afraid she was, for fear that this witch was suddenly open her mouth to swallow him alive. Jumbo had no way to make money this way. Didn't he just come? Where does your boss live? Boss, the boss is in White and Pearl on 9th Street. Take me there, Captain. This is all the information about these two escapees. ABH 7356, from Yuanying Team and Sect. Chen Yu sat on the sofa, thinking silently, with one hand on her chin. His deputy director Zhu Xingson at the brutal film table and stood beside him respectfully, with admiration for his master in his eyes. Zhu Xingson and Chen Yu graduated from the same university, and Chen Yu was senior, was 2 years older than her. Since she entered school, she had listened to the senior's legend. Excellent grades in all subjects, ranked first in her major, and received a full scholarship for 4 consecutive years. In addition to studying, he also played sports, winning the long-distance running gold medal in the National University Games, and a certificate in 10 stage martial arts. This was just a brief resume of the student. His achievements were even more impressive. It was said that he was internally appointed by the trial office before he graduated. During his internship, he solved several major cases alone and even captured major criminals. Wherever he was the protagonist, while others were overshadowed and only acted as subordinate actors. He was like a long shadow cast over everyone's head, blotting out all the light. And Zhu Xingson. Walking step by step in their shadow, with the aim of her senior and her own perseverance, she finally entered an institution like General Administration of Education. A month ago, she was ordered by her superior to be Shen Yu's assistant to run the distant planet and cook her asked for help. She was overjoyed and decided to do a good job with this mission. At least let the senior remember her. What are you standing for? Sit down. Oh, that's great. Zhu Xingson was thinking madly, lost her composure for a moment, and hurriedly sat down. Xingson, what do you think? Shen Yu asked Zhu Xingson with a smile, as if deliberately testing her subordinate. Then let me analyze it. Captain, don't laugh at me. Why, tell me. Before we came, Mel had already ordered the local law enforcement bureau and security team to carry out a comprehensive operation. Seal off the city, monthly trenches 24 hours a day. The possibility of the two escapees is not high, and they're probably still in the city. As safe from mine, these two people probably do not have any details to prove their identities and have assets. But there's always the most basic needs of life, whether it was stealing or robbing. Although the law enforcement bureau has investigated, I think we should be able to see and confirm it ourselves, for safety. Therefore, while maintaining the siege and monitoring, we should conduct a carpet radiation inspection center of the crash site and cooperate with the spirit patrol team that can search for any traces of psychic energy that may be left behind while checking the suspicious persons through the inspection. At the same time, we should pay attention to petty theft and robbery cases in the Southern Ring Road. After Zhu Xingson finished speaking, she pushed up her glasses and waited calmly for Chen Yu's reply with anticipation in her heart. Very good. Chen Yu took a sip of coffee, but I still must sew it. Zhu Xingson nodded without hesitation, speaking of which, the pursuit of psychics is very special. Different types of cases, especially those psychics who escape from advanced treatment, their abilities are beyond imagination. You shall have seen the video sent by the security team. Yes, it's incredible. Yes, combining missiles with moving rocks. This has never happened in previous cases. Flying in the sky, moving, these abilities simply superhuman in our minds. Especially according to the early company's report, these two people are greatly refining the psychic energy stored in their bodies, would make it even more difficult, and we don't know if they have other abilities. Can you use reports from interstellar companies? Maybe Yari's records too few. Zhu Xingson asked suspiciously. There are naturally a lot of these kinds of reports, but they're too complicated. And as far as I know, no one has been able to differentiate them. We can't treat all mentally ill people the same. In primitive society, they're also separate individuals. Maybe they develop different abilities, so the problem in front of us is obvious. The prisoners might have unknown abilities, which would make them difficult to trace and capture. Zhu Xingson summed it up appropriately. So, what should we do next? There's no other way but to grab them hard. Grab them hard. Zhu Xingson was stunned. Maybe they have already flown home. Chen Yu suddenly lazily leaned back on the sofa with an unsightly posture. No precedent, no information, no intelligence. Even I, who was temporarily sent here, the old men from magistrates of us have been peaceful for too long, and they're always different as likers. You look them up. Isn't it difficult to plan to arrest people? Chen Yu snorted. But, Captain, there are precedents before. Those precedents that even though they escaped, their abilities were disabled, so they were easy to capture. Those two outstanding psychers, do you know that they're now blocked flowers? In use for my conversation. Chen Yu pointed to the windowsill. Pink flowers were blooming under the sunlight, but Zhu Xingson felt a chill in her heart and shivered. The only lesson people learn from history is that they don't learn anything. Chen Yu Hao, I think that's why I was chosen. I guess some people from conservatives around me is a despicable thing. Zhu Xingson was stunned. She thought it was an easy task, and she could complete the task in a short time, and she must have rare chance to work with her seniors. But she didn't expect to out potatoes. And it seems I unknowingly fell for political strife. Then, if we can't have these two people, when we go back. Anyway, try your mother first. While I advise you preparing yourself mentally for permanent residence. Zhu Xingson wanted to cry, but there were no tears. Okay, don't worry. Why don't we all find something to eat first? When you have eat, this man seemed to be a different person. Chen Yu took out his mobile phone, set for his life circle to Tianai City, and searched for food with the keyword. Then the video appeared, exploring the shops in Dark Street, the beautiful chef in a small restaurant, I became popular in StarCraft. Chapter 24 Kapel Deng. Chu Yao held 3 weak chickens in his mouth and went the White Emperor under the guidance of green hair. The so-called White Emperor was the most famous nightclub on the 9th Ring Road in Dark Street, and it was also the hometown of the YouTube gang leader Jay Cheng. Before leaving, she didn't forget to greet the little couple and said that she had figured out wanted to go home, so she provided this last and not the two of them. Aunt Lee was unwilling to part with Chu Yao, and had a friend fashion with her. Nose and tears, saying that they would contact each other in the future. Both Fashion and Fei were products of the same company, and are very popular in the Heaven Mortal Society. She is putting 3 people in her hand, which attracts the eyes of passively, but no one dares to follow her. On the way, she also learned a lot of information from Green Hair. This week, Ben was originally a sailor who fished on a fishing boat. He was fired for displeasing his master. In fit of anger, he killed his master and fled to Dark Street. When he unexpectedly arrived at Dark Street, he was able to fish in water. With his strength and courage, coupled with his defense and kick skills, he recruited several younger brothers in Dark Street, and combined with his old sailor friends in the sea to form the YouTube gang. The Dark Street was originally deserted, with some small gangs scattered here and there, but they were not successful. Jay Cheng's YouTube gang became a prominent family and became the overlord. Chu Yao's goal is very clear, which is to go straight to the scene. This week, Jay Cheng comes to Dark Street from the east coast for a knife, so why she? Chu Yao, she's an unreckless person. On the contrary, standing on top of a mountain like this, she has no half a mirror in her heart. The name of Elder Tiamen did not fall from the sky. In her opinion, these so-called gangs and groups were basically no different from the last bandits she had seen before. Just look at these small-time thugs. There might be some differences in their management and operation, but the core of these factions was a group of fanatical people who feared power more than morality, and value profit more than love. Although morality and emotion were beneficial, they were a way to create stability and comfort, not a way to open a school and a separate household. If you want to aim for a foothold, you must persuade the crowd. The first step in persuading the crowd was to build prestige. For these crazy rivers and lakes, determined by force was the best way to build reputation. Especially in this Dark Street, where there was chaos and it was filled with more important to intervene, anyone with strong risk could become boss. Jay Cheng was a living example, and Chu Yao might not be the next example. She had calculated every step of the plan in her mind, and before she knew it, she had arrived at the door of Baidu nightclub. The facade of this nightclub had been beautifully repaired, and the white jade pillars on both sides of the door were carved with delicate carvings, creating stark contrast with the dilapidated old walls and old buildings on Dark Street. The boy from the YouTube gang was sitting at the door, smoking a cigarette and swiping his phone lazily, but he didn't notice someone coming. Until Chu Yao waved his hand and threw those punks in front of him with crack, the very actor was shocked. What? What are you doing? The little boy shouted in shock. What the hell are you doing? Call the boss to come out and take a look. Big brother, the boss is not home. What are you doing? Don't come in. Chu Yao was like reincarnated prehistoric dinosaur, fierce, rushing in and kicking anyone who looked unsightly as him from no man's land. At the same time, on the 3rd floor of Baidu, Big brother is not feeling well, someone broke in. A younger brother hurriedly opened the door and rushed in, panting heavily. What's so shocking? What did it look like? A dark-skinned middle-aged man was drinking tea leisurely at his desk. He was not Jay Cheng, but the second boss of the YouTube gang, Ding Nan. Ding Nan had been following Jay Cheng since he got rich in Dark Streets. It can be said they used to change conflict in general and was loyal to him. What was the origin? Seeing Big Brother things famous fashion, the younger brother also calmed down a lot. It's a little girl who looks childish and insists on seeing boss, and she keeps shouting, Maui help, people tell them. Ding Nam frowned and muttered a few words. I have never heard of this. Humph, Brother Joe is not here, so it cannot be theirs to know you two then. Come on, follow me, and notice her. The younger brother downstairs did not lie. Joe Cheng hasn't been in TMI recently because of something. Ding Nan opened the door, took out his quick pistol, held it in his hand, and went downstairs. The younger brother saw this and followed. As soon as I arrived at the first floor lobby, I saw the floor with a mess, tables, chairs and sofas all over the floor, and several fish gang members in their suits were lying around running. They were all seriously injured. In the middle of the hall, a little girl in a purple sweater stood bravely holding her hips. Before you had time to ask, the other party spoke first. You are the leader of the Yitu gang, Joe Cheng. Who are you? Ding Nan didn't answer, but asked and said, I don't want to name my name or surname. The leader of the cat-tailed gang, Chu Yao. Chu Yao shook his head with satisfaction. Jeff came up with his name in a flash. Since the other party is with you two, then I'll call them cat-tails. Cat-tails designed to hit the heads of evil fish. Interesting. I have been in this art street for more than 10 years, and I have never heard of any cat-tail gang. That's right, why are you so ignorant? Stop talking nonsense and call your boss to come out to see me. Our boss is you. Can I have a look? The two faced had on, not being each other chance, and their gazes flashed fiercely. This flash was not a big deal, but Ding Nan was a little shocked by the flash. The little girl's eyes were extremely strong murderous aura, which almost turned him matter and slashed to him. CEO was Ding Nan, fighting in rivers and lakes for many years, and he had never seen such a pair of eyes before, so he could not help but look towards. Others on the trembling heart, this little girl killed someone, not just one, or a vicious character. Ding Nan was about to speak, but was interrupted by the other party. What? It turned out the gang leader is really not here, so I didn't come here for nothing. It's boring. Let's go. Chu Yao turned around as she spoke. Go out the door, stop. Ding Nan's dark forehead was full of veins. I smashed my shop, had my brother, and now I want to run my head around. What do you think of Baidu? He can come and go whenever he wants. He raised the gun in his hand and pointed to Chu Yao. After this action, he saw dozens of gangsters in leather jackets running over from all directions, each of them holding a small submachine gun in their hands. Chu Yao, I admit the earth was busy. Ding Nan's expression relaxed a lot at the moment. But even if you're a level 10 fighter, you'd still find there's more than a dozen guns for yourself. Tell me, the one behind your scenes, I'll leave you my whole body. I tell you, I am Mao Weighing Yang. Chu Yao's voice was very soft. Then, she clapped her hands calmly. What surprised everyone happened. After Chu Yao clapped her hands, a large group of people rushed in from outside the door. These people were all women, wearing tight clothes, slim waists and long legs, beautiful faces, and extensive areas of fair skin. But that was not the point. The point was that each of the girls was holding a weapon. Some had 3 grenades on their waists and an automatic rifle in their hands. The bazooka, which was 2 circles larger than him, was pointed at saying. Ding Nan was stunned. What's going on? How could someone hide so many weapons in Dark Street? But he has no news. And your equipment? Do you want to blow up the entirety of my city? He looked at the bazooka facing him with anxiety, and the hand holding the revolver trembled slightly. The combination of a beautiful girl and gun had a huge visual impact on everyone on the upper side. And there were too many people on the upper side, which was 3 times more than on my side. Ding Nan held back his words and didn't know where to start. It took a long time to calm down, and there so many little girls trying to stare after their toys. He knew this tone was a little weak. Then, everyone saw the girl holding the electromagnetic rifle shooting at a small bench. Suddenly, the bench was on fire in the next second. Real done, it turned out to be real done. Some people of the Yitu gang side were scared to death, and they were trembling with the desire to hand over their guns. You guys, what exactly do you want to do? Ding Nan controlled his tone and tried not to offend the other party. The original plan was to get your boss ahead. Chu Yao said slowly, holding his chest. Now I'll give you 3 minutes, hurry up and leave. I won this White Emperor. Ding Nan listened to Chu Yao's words, his mind changed. It was definitely impossible to fight. The gap in strength between the two sides still existed, but this little girl's attitude was just noticeable. She did not say that she would fight to death. A real fight would harm both sides. Although Dark Street was far away, it was still a part of Tianai City. If there was too much chaos, when the law enforcement bureau was serious, they wouldn't be able to go anywhere. To be blunt, Baidu was just a karaoke room. After all, the Yitu gang was powerful, and there was no shortage of 1 or 2 karaoke rooms. As for her, the underground industry in karaoke room could only be discovered first. It was the best policy to preserve your strength first, and it wouldn't be too late just to set off a Brother back from work. There were still 2.5 minutes left. Ding Nan gritted his teeth and said with a gloomy face, let's go. Oh, by the way, you go further. You don't have to go back to the east of the Limestone Road. See you later, Maui gang. Hit 1 by 1. Do you hear me? Ding Nan staggered and almost fell. Just as he was about to speak in anger, but after seeing the unmatched bazooka, he forced it back. His already dark face was bruised and purple. When Ding Nan walked out with the core members, Chu Yao clapped his hands again, and Lels had just appeared first like a tide. The whole returned to silence. Only Chu Yao, the younger brother who had no friend to run, and a few necklace staff with him, looking puzzled. Hello, Miss Chu. A petite man in a white shirt walked over tremblingly, claiming to be Emperor by his accountant. After the core members left, the non members left. Chu Yao nodded, and was about to say something when she felt a tremor on the soles of her feet. Oh, it seems that there's still mystery swimming around. I became popular in StarCraft. Chapter 20 hours late. Chu Yao did not rush downstairs. But first, check her body. She definitely had no weapons or gang members, and even the name Maui gang was just a name. The scene just now was really an illusion. This technique is called shadow planting technique. It originally required at least level 9 of Chi refining mana to perform it. Now Chu Yao forced it to work, and this time the spiritual power was slightly shortened. The so-called shadow planting is to plant the shadow where you're thinking in your mind in front of others. The woman's slender waist and long legs now were all imagined by her. including those messy weapons, all of which had been read about in P.E.'s weapon science channel before, so she only had an impression. As for the successfully fired electromagnetic rifle, it was just a trick she secretly used to manage it with fireball technique. But she didn't think the other party would. How sad I am if my imagination too is separated. Chu Yao stood on the spot and just her breathing for a while, then wiped the sweat off her forehead. It was really about time now. These ghosts, they look reckless, but they're actually powerless to fight. If an alien then chose to go to war, he was not suitable for so many ones. Although it was very risky, it was worth it in exchange for the nightclub at East Street in June. What happened underground? Are there any people left? Chu Yao asked the weak accountant. This. The accountant looked a little anxious, not knowing what to say. You should go and see for yourself. Chu Yao followed along suspiciously. In that dungeon, Charan sat restlessly on the cold and damp floor, his eyes dazed. She couldn't remember how long she had been locked up. In Finyosi, she was originally an Aryan late generation, and she was also a powerful nurse and soul that hardened. A pair of both Immortals, and others were envious. They also had a daughter who was not even 10 years old. The family of 3 was happy to share family ties. But who would have thought that one day everything would change? A mysterious extraterrestrial spacecraft set the 3 of them captive. And since then, she has lost contact with her daughter. In the spaceship, her husband died on the Black Mirror to save himself. Out of hatred for Mam and her along, she swore to restore her cultivation and take revenge. But after coming to the new star, everything turned upside down, which made people feel hopeless. She was first sent to mine. Then the noble and heavenly masters fancied her and brought her back home. What did that noble want to do with her? But she would rather lie than obey and be humiliated by him in every way. Needless to say, there were a lot of sufferings. After this very high of playing, he sold her at the ocean. In the slave auction, she was picked and chosen by others, and finally sold the fish head gang at a very low price. Naturally, the Yutu gang would not buy slaves for nothing. They bought her here just to use her body to make money for them. No matter how humble Charan was, she still had backbone among, so naturally, they would not let them know what they wanted. As a result, she was locked in the dungeon, and the members of the fish head gang beat her with whips, splashed pepper water on her, and did not fear her. She endured all these things. The one who brought her until now was her daughter who did not let go and did not know where she had gotten lost. She was so young, and the manuscript was very big. How could she cope? Charan's body was covered in dark red blood slabs. The wounds would heal and then crack, and cracks would heal again, and the caterpillars were covered in dry dark red blood. She hadn't eaten anything for a long time, and she didn't know how long. She felt dizzy, weak, and couldn't even lift her hands. If it weren't for the psychic body, she would have starved to death long ago. In society with a high hierarchy of heaven and man, longevity had been worse to us. But she never gave up, and she still remembered what her husband had said to her before he died. Live on and take good care of Chu Yao. Her daughter was her hope, the only light left in her heart. Before she met her daughter, how much suffering had she endured? Gritting her teeth to fight for her life, Charan put her head on railing and looked for water from moisture. This was the only way she could replenish her water. As she was leaking water, she heard a commotion outside, and then their voices. Sister, the Yutu gang hath collapsed. We are free. If they fall, who knows what else than you think to be? The fish gang is here. Oh yeah, all the girls on the round ran away with a man named Ding. I'll get you the key. Woo. I want to go home. Charan leaned over, thinking silently. Yutu gang fell. They finally had a chance to sleep. The body was too heavy. No, I have to move. Chu Yao is still waiting for me. I have to get out. She opened her mouth, but only a hoarse voice came out of her throat. She was too weak to speak, unable to make a sound. No one noticed that there was a woman in this corner, struggling in pain. Just as she was feeling hopeless, a beam of light came in from the far side of the corridor. She hadn't seen the light for a long time, and the light made her squint. She only saw the figure of a girl walking towards her in the light. Yes, Chu Yao. She fell into a trance, but the only thing she couldn't forget was her daughter's name. This figure had been in front of her for a long time. Then, there was a bang, and the door of the dungeon broke. You see, Chu Yao is here to be up. The figure gently hugged Charan. Tears flowed out from the corners of Charan's eyes, and she fell asleep in long-lost warmth. Sister Shu, all the hotels are here. There are still remaining staff and the Yutu gang, a total of 20 people. Yes. Chu Yao nodded and looked at the people in the hall. Don't mention the staff and gang members just now. These girls have been captured by the Yutu gang before. Some were tied up, or robbed, or bought, or cheated. Some were slaves, some were peasant girls, some were white-collar workers, some were students, all of them in rags. They have been captured underground and their bodies are used to make money for them. Dot. The faces were beaten by weather full stories. Chu Yao suddenly regretted not having Ning's head off just now. Chu Yao cleared his throat, and everyone looked at her, waiting for her words. I'm the leader of the Maui gang, Chu Shai, you will miss Chu. You don't need to understand the grievances between me and the Yutu gang. You just need to know that the Yutu gang was thrown out, and I helped you, that's enough. From today onwards, you're free. The faces of several girls were full. One with excitement, but many people's eyes were full of confusion, because they had no place to say. Finally, the one lost freedom, but where can they go? Of course, I know there's some human homeless, so I will give you 2 choices. The first way, for those who want to go home, I will provide you enough money and protection, allowing you to return home safely. The second way is follow me. Chu Yao combed her hair, full of pride. Gang Shin is still short of minimum power. I will provide you with weapons, salary, and new accommodation. Teach you martial arts to protect yourself, and drive those bastards from Yutu gang out to Tianai City. As soon as these words came out, there was an immediate uproar, and girls talked in low voices, everyone with a messy expression. Of course, I will not force you. Say or go, either of you. Chu Yao spread all these rumors, and looked at everyone present. As for the others, I will not say if they want. Gang members, I will double the money that J Chain paid you that time. The remaining staff and gang members were also surprised. They were stripped to the Yutu gang. They were a group of poor people who were forced to make living under pressure of the situation. Now Chu Yao promised his a high salary. He was naturally impressed. Only a weak accountant smiled slyly. He already knew where the money came from. Sister Chu saved my life. My life belongs to Sister Chu. Seo ran loud to obey. Gon Seo ran south and suffered and said softly. His finished had improved a lot, but the spell still looked scary. She was not a fool, so she naturally understood that Chu Yao would build her own power, and she couldn't mind reaching out to her now and said all sincerity. If it weren't for Chu Yao, she might have been in a terrifying dungeon, dying without seeing the light of day. As soon as Sierran's words came out, it really had an effect. Where there's one, there's a second. Many girls raised their hands and immediately chose to join the Maui gang. Some stayed and some went back. Finally, a 15-year-old girl chose to go home. Chu Yao opened Cheng's safe and took out a portion for these girls' sudden fees. According to the accountant, this bush show is a commoner, and he will only feel at ease when he sees money in front of him. Therefore, the money is kept in the safe instead of deposited in the bank. This is cheap Chu Yao. Under the temptation of high salary, the original staff and gang members left behind also jumped in the embrace of the Maui gang, 40 people in total. These 40 people will give him backbone and cream of Maui gang in the future. Following Chu Yao to fight in Tianai, sister, from now on, you will be my people. If I, Chu Yao, eat mouthful of meat, you will have mouthful of soup. These words were full of swindling, but Chu Yao felt the currency of rate. Then, she led everyone to the door of the karaoke room. What is this Emperor Bai, who have been doing you so long? He's allowed the Emperor Bai. Under everyone's astonished gazes, Chu Yao hurried around the signboard outside the door. She also wanted to show her hands. It would save the public some reassurance. Since then aiding them thought you were martial arts master, let's finish the game. She held one hand on the iron frame beside her and kicked hard with the measure, and the large signboard with words wide Emperor fell down. From today onwards, Emperor Bai will change his name to Princess Yi. The signboard was smashed to the ground and shattered into pieces. The girl who saw the scene could not help but feel joyful in her heart. The Supreme Emperor has fallen and his empire has crumbled. The girls who were imprisoned in the palace have seen the light of day again, and roared towards the throne and has survived. Hold of the sword, throne is out shackles of hands and feet. With just them, you can break through the age of strong. Although my own head is long, let me be burning light in darkness. No one will let you run to you anymore when you out at night. From now on, each of you is your own princess. I have become popular in StarCraft. Chapter 26, Night Princess. Master, this is a bowl of beautiful girls' special seafood fried rice dilled as Shen Yu smiled and led Zhu Xingson to a small shop that had been very popular recently in Dark Street. In her heart, Shen Yu's serious, calm, gentle, and kind personality gradually collapsed. He usually looked serious, but when he rested, he changed in look, and he wanted to eat a lot. As soon as he mentioned food, this man's eyes lit up like a starving ghost who had been reborn. This small shop was far from the city. Shen Yu was able to find such a shop in the large Tianai city through a short video that was less than 30 seconds long. Zhu Xingson didn't even know how he found it. She wondered if she told him about the new delicious restaurant in his hometown, she would be able to follow him back headquarters tomorrow. Is this the handsome, neat, and gentle senior with excellence calls the most civilian and motor skills? Her moon had been going up and down in a roller coaster all day, and she had collapsed before she started working. Oh, what a handsome big brother. What a coincidence. Our CAE had just come back today. Going home? Shen Yu was stunned. That's right. Our family was originally from the city, and she came here to work because she ran away from home. Alas, fortunately, this kid figured out and sent me a fine letter to the board she was fine. Aunt Lee smiled and said hello. The only old man can cook for you. What do you want to eat? Let's go. Hey, can you do a little more light? Zhu Xingson looked at Shen Yu, kind of turned around and was about to leave, in shock. Grab it. It's almost 9 o'clock. How can I find the restaurants on the Dark Street? The food was okay. However, the review said that this restaurant was very ordinary, but was this beautiful lady was the chef. Come up, do you eat or watch beauty? Eat. Zhu Xingson took a deep breath, then ignored Shen Yu and turned to Aunt Lee and said, Miss Boss, thank you for 2 bowls of seafood fried rice. Okay, 2 bowls of seafood fried rice. She forced Shen Yu to sit down and sighed. Why are you so tired today? Shen Yu also sighed. Sigh, why will doing food reduce my quality of life? Damn it, she suddenly didn't want to talk to the senior. Ah, I'm tired. I don't want to work anymore. I'd rather go home and farm. One day, the White Emperor died, and the new Princess Yi slowly arrived in 9 rings. The news spread all over the streets and alleys in a short time, causing a storm in Dark Street. Ordinary residents may not feel anything, but this is undoubtedly big news to those who hang out in the Dark Streets all day. Many people have heard that those girls with strong martial arts who call herself Maui Gang, and had swept baby women from all members of the Yutu Gang out of Yuanying Street. The Yutu Gang was the only gang in Dark Street, and the people had suffered for a long time. The Maui Gang has suddenly appeared upon hearing the name did not resist the Yutu Gang. Many people smelled the storm in the air. Smell. There were many rumors about the sale. The news spread more and more evil. Some said that they saw her and dozens of sisters holding rocket launchers and throwing Ding Dan and others out. Some said that they saw her driving a tank and smashing the door of a karaoke room directly. And the tablet that fell around was evidence. No matter how bad these news were, at least they showed one thing: the name Chu Yao had already been rooted in many people's hearts. But protagonists at the center of the vortex didn't take it seriously this time. She still had a lot to do. The first thing was to confirm how much money was in Cheng's safe. Adding all the gold bars, gems, and banknotes together, it was about 400,000. 400,000. Chu Yao's eyes were shining. She licked her lips excitedly. Of course, money was still something to grab. So my bag will automatically follow the bag. No. Chu Yao squeezed her thigh fiercely to calm down. The capital gang is now waiting for completion, and there are places that need money everywhere. It is not time to spend frivolously. This is only a small part of Buster's assets, and it does not include Princess Bai's monthly turnover. The Yutu Gang's boss is really scheming and has never hidden money together. But Chu Yao also understood that if she would do the same, how much would Princess Yi's monthly income be? It should be between 170,000 and 200,000, and it might be as high as 250,000 during peak season. How much can you earn in a month? Chu Yao blinked her eyes. She still has a lot to learn, but if you give me money, if you spend it with this, then I might not left in a month. The accountant kept pressing the computer. The accountant's surname was Bai, and Chu Yao offered him 3 times salary, which gave him no reason to refuse Mao Wei Gang's invitation. There were 40 employees in total. According to the salary you said before, plus the monthly maintenance fee for facilities, water and electricity. The cost of wine, food and taxes is 200,000 yuan in the end. It might only be 20,000. This is net profit. Ah. Yao was shocked. That doesn't even count the new company you mentioned earlier, as well as the residents. This isn't the last reasonable sum. Wait a minute. Chu Yao frowned. Yuanying Street is more than just the trade bar, right? Jay changed had many more shocks on his name. What about protection fee? A cabin buyer looked at Chu Yao with a smile, and it seemed the new boss was not stupid. Right, since Yuanying Street is like, all the income was will naturally be yours. If you add these things up, monthly net profit is about 1.14 million. Chu Yao wiped her ears to make sure she heard correctly. A little over $1 million a month. That year? How about 2 years? This is just the area in Dark Street, which is 1/6. If everything's added together, my god, the profit is huge. No wonder she reads so many mail novels about deaths on the internet. Who wouldn't be envious? However, there's still some minor problems. For example, cities transfer land properties, signing a new contract, etc. I'll help you deal with them in short time. More than 1 million yuan is not out of your hands now. Although Bing Nan has said, some of the people are still in these shops on East Street, and you have to solve these problems. In a word, Chu Yao is in charge of clearing the workforce, and the cabinet buyer is responsible for follow-up. It seems that you have planned this for a long time. Helping me so much is another salary of 10,000 yuan. Chu Yao smiled and said, tell me, what do you want me to do for you? A cabinet buyer didn't know. When Chu Yao said one sentence, he broke his inner thoughts. He was silent for a moment, and his weak face showed a sore expression. I want to see Yuanying die in front of me with my own eyes. Another person who had a story to tell. Chu Yao was not surprised, and patted him lightly on the shoulder. Don't worry, that day will not be too far away. Chu Yao didn't make fuss as soon as he got up. She took the girls to rest and enjoy the atmosphere of the shop, and invited the doctor to check their bodies. Then, about 400,000 miles was divided, and a new princess sign was replaced at the door. She hired a team of engineers to dismantle the original basement so that the painful memories would come back. From the second basement to the third floor were found, Princess Yi led the renovation. Chu Yao didn't save money. She felt that this was something that had to be done. Once a year, this might be his new home. How about living in someone else's house? The design of this karaoke room was great innovation. If the original White Emperor was like Magnificent Palace, then Princess Yi emerged with like a quiet Netherland garden, where all kinds of flowers competed and grew fiercely. This was not a small expense. Where did the money come from? Of course, it was the plucked wool from the flock. She spent almost a month with the girls to sweep the house fiercely from one house to another Street. With the help of Captain Bai and Lord Sharon, all the more than 50 shops of Yuanying originally owned allocated to her on the name, including bars, dance halls, mahjong shops, and the remaining small households in the East District also knew that they had changed owners. In addition, the new owner looked much better than the old owner, and the protection fee charged was only half of the original Yuanying gang. Such a move would naturally receive the support of many ordinary merchants. With such support, Chu Yao's mopping the floor became just an act. This is Chu Yao's deliberate act. How could this be considered justice? In fact, what she did was no different from previous Yuanying. It was just the difference between earning more and earning less. It was just that she needed the support of the ordinary people now, and it seemed to be doing a good job now. At the same time, Chu Yao discovered that the confinement of women was not limited to the Baidu family, so she didn't feel it held these people. Because of this, more and more people joined the capital gang. Some were satisfied, some went out with the Yuanying gang, some in for it, and some were just having fun. Chu Yao's rumors had never been denied, and they could be gathered. Now was the time to hire people. Of course, the end was better. Naturally, there were people fishing in troubled waters, but now was not the time to clean up. Those suspicious people, Chu Yao very secretly avoided them. Waiting for Chu Yao to settle the scores, the number of members rapidly increased from 40 to 200. In the shop owned by Yuanying, a large number of money was found, and the cash Chu Yao could use instantly reached 4 million. The Maui gang was warmly welcomed in Yuanying Street, and the name of the gang leader, Chu Yao, was completely recognized, and they asked for their arrival for a while. At the same time, June, West Street, Ding Nan, you percent in the hash, you abandoned all street businesses, what crazy things are you thinking about, your brains flooded. Ding Nan bit bullet and listened to the fashion letter sent by my brother from abroad. The 67 audio phone was my brother's performance. Brother, listen to me, they have guns, fossils have guns, they have guns, right? All the underground arms trade channels in Haiti in our hands, unless they have a secret relationship with the early company, otherwise, have so many weapons from without being disclosed. It must be because the little girl used to behind consume to stay you, or maybe someone in the gang was holding real gun. All the toys, Ding Nan, what do you want me to say about you? Half-ring business with an annual profit of more than 10 million yuan was stolen by a little girl. You said I was a soldier, so why can't you live from food real gun and fake gun? Brother, because I'm a soldier, I thought I was holding real gun. Maybe the woman behind the woman might be real gun. The D company hasn't had a voice message for a while, and Yuanying and the other phone seem to have calmed down. Then hold off for a while. My side, damn it, I won't be able to go back for another month. Wait for me to go back, I want to see what the origin of this Chu Yao is. Ding Nan hung up the phone and finally breathed a sigh of relief. In fact, he was also wondering if what he saw that day was true or false. I became popular in StarCraft. Chapter 27 Branch. Chu Yao placed a long chair at Princess Yi's door in early leisure. The sky was high, with clouds of light, and wind and sun. The weather was really good. When the wind blew, when you leaned back, when you ate fruit, when you drank coke, this was the life that a human being should live. After being away from Feng Yuanying for almost a year, Chu Yao finally regained the feeling of being in her own cave food and soft fighting. She spent a month fiercely expanding the area on the east side of the evening, and then spent another month restoring order. In this process, thanks to the help of Captain Bai and Lord Sharon, there was still insufficient manpower in many cases, and many things are only done by ourselves. The number of the Maui gang changed from 40 to 200, and from 200 to 400. The number finally stabilized at 410 people. Although it was said that the Yuanying gang had 3,000 soldiers and horses, and he was still lost, at least he had to start. There were too many people, it was easy to get them abandonment problems. In order to manage the gang, Chu Yao and the others held a small meeting, set up main radar entrance, and promoted several trusted people to be whole supervisors, which are small supervisors. The gang leader was undoubtedly Chu Yao, and Beijing, the accountant, was in charge of all financial matters as his deputy. The whole gang was divided into 4 halls. The names were very messy and straightforward. They were divided into cat's eyes, cat's teeth, cat's claws, and fines. Sharan was in charge of Mangtang, 100 people in total, who were underground workers, responsible for gathering intelligence on the entire Dark Street and taking care of other gang members. Mangtang was quite special, directly responsible for Chu Yao and was her personal bodyguard. There were only 20 people in total. They were all people who had been with her since the Eclipse was founded. They were all high class people with a high class, and they were personally protected by her. Training. The cat's floor hall was the largest, with a total of 200 people. They were ordinary assistants. They were often assigned tasks such as collecting and collecting money. The person in charge of cat's floor hall was Yuanying, a quite dull wearing glasses. She looked ordinary, but she showed outstanding ability in managing gangs. She was promoted by Sharan, and she was one of the first people to be rescued by Chu Yao at that time in the dungeon. This little girl had secretly delivered food to Sharan many times, and the two had a good relationship. Mao Wei-tung was all logistics personnel, and the company business included managing his own assets and stores, including some additional decoration work. At present, there is no suitable lander for the head of Mao Wei Hall, and Beijing is serving as his replacement. But Beijing is often busy with many things, so Chu Yao, the head of the church, helps manage from time to time, and also learns the manner and styles and methods of modern society. Finally, the entire Mao Wei gang developed in an orderly manner. Although some institutional problems are not perfect, the overall situation has stabilized and improved. Sister Chu, Sincere and a living view. Jiang Owen came from the store, leaned over and said softly to Chu Yao who was sunbathing. Understood, let's go. Chu Yao took the last bite of the cherry reluctantly, got up and walked the third floor. The current Princess Yi has undergone major renovation, and the no longer was a karaoke room, but multifunctional entertainment venue. After the ground floor was smoothed out, she turned into a large bathhouse. There was a steam room in the lounge. A large number of pavilions out of the hall, making it more like a bar or restaurant. Some single rooms were reserved. On the first floor, there are steam rooms, but other rooms are designated as guest rooms. The same is true on the second floor. The top floor of the third floor is Chu Yao's residence, and he is also used as an office. If I speak, it should be called the Night Princess Bathing Center. Chu Yao took the elevator to Sharan's office on the third floor. Sister Chu, you here? After 2 months of recuperation, Sharan's injuries have recovered, and she had regained her beauty. Sharan, it's just the 2 of us now, no need to be late. Chu Yao laughed softly. In order not to reveal her identity, Chu Yao used a formula to maintain different appearance when she got out. The only one who confessed was Sharan, a friend from Feng Yuanxing. Naturally, she couldn't hide the truth from the other party. Sharan realized that Chu Yao actually had no identity after she calmed down. Senior Sister Bai had saved Sharan on the spaceship before. The two were all friends. Chu Yao could trust her. Why can't I? I am still her subordinate. Sharan smiled slightly, and her mental state was better. Alright, let's talk about business first. You watch this video first. Chu Yao's mobile phone uploaded fashions a sound. Her mobile phone had been replaced with a new one, then click play. This video was shot in a small alley on the Evening Road. A group of 3 gangsters, with armbands of cap held against them with their arms, beat up an old man who picked a rag and cursed from time to time. Chu Yao frowned. Isn't this the person from the YouTube gang who pretended to be? It would be good if that was the case, and I hoped so too. Sharan sighed. Unfortunately, it wasn't. They were the third party of alcohol team members. The cause of the incident was that they kicked the old man while they were walking, and the old man scolded a few words, and then turned out like this. Chu Yao watched. The common area of the video was full of angry voices. Look, I said the Maui gang and the YouTube gang are the same, and you call them messengers of justice. Laughing to death, the old man is also quite pitiful. And these people kick too hard. This is Dark Street. The law enforcement department doesn't care. The air is shaking and cold. The world is getting worse. And people's hearts are not old. And so on. You can say whatever you want. What's next? Chu Yao looked at Sharan. These 3 people are locked in the guest room on the first floor at the moment. I sent someone to the hospital to find the old man, but they've got other buddies and they have no problem. I also made a new video, but it is not watched by many people. Sharan shrugged. Chu Yao knew in his heart that something needed to be put on the agenda. Compared with other urban areas in Tianai City, the situation in Dark Street was obviously more complicated. Fish and dragons were together here, but it was a lawbreaker's paradise. Without organizations such as gangs, the situation might be even worse. Many young people who grew up in Dark Street do not have the conditions and resources to receive the same education as ordinary citizens. They may drop out of school after attending primary or junior high school, and may work part-time jobs or become street gangsters. Expecting these people to be polite is luxury. Once the size of the Maui gang have been established, the next thing to do is... Sister Chu, it's time for us to plan the gang. Chu Yao nodded. I also thought so. That's the same. Call the accountant Bai and CEO Jiang to the conference room. Let's have a meeting. Mobile phone users, please go reading. It's more convenient to read with your mobile phone. I became popular in StarCraft. Chapter 28 training. There are no rules, no standards. If the Maui gang wants to continue to develop, reasonable then rules are simple. Chu Yao, Beijing, Sharan, Jiang Owen, and other gang leaders sat around a small table to discuss various terms and conditions. To be honest, Chu Yao was not very good at this. She was the owner of the shop by accident. The same is the case with the Tianmen sect, and the same is the Maui gang. So this time, he must be attention you very much. He must be very good at this kind of thing. The rules are set in detail. The strong are forbidden from bullying the weak, and family members are forbidden from fighting each other, and so on. Chu Yao only gave some minor comments, such as, if there's punishment, there should be rewards. We will definitely expand in the future, and the expansion will definitely have conflicts with the YouTube gang. You let your brother take advantage of the military or something, and top rankings will be awarded. Where? Where did rewards come from? Beijing asked. There are no more rewards. Chu Yao turned his face away. No, I think this is a good idea. Jiang Owen showed great enthusiasm for this proposal and talked excitedly. Although he hesitated a lot, Chu Yao finally took out money. Took my own lead. The days passed slowly, and at night, the rules of the Maui game were finally released. After several people confirmed the day correct, they sent in the fashion group in various halls. Everyone's faces were full of exhaustion, but there was excitement in their eyes. The feeling of building down from scratch was a rare experience. Everyone left one after another, leaving only Chu Yao and Yuanying Elder in the conference room. What's up, Woman? You feel very good about this little girl. Brother Chu, won't you be satisfied with what this is our streets? Erwin said softly. I want satisfaction, but it depends on whether you two then agrees. Chu Yao replied. We have been able to develop so quickly in the past 2 months because of the opportunity when Jay Cheng disappeared from TNI. When he returns in a few days, there will definitely be a fierce fight between us. In that case, it's Chu, I'll tell you directly. Yuanying Elder nodded. Now this gang is mixed with fish and weapons, and their levels are not the same. They have no equipment nor weapons. They have rescue sisters and the others. Moreover, they're lazy defectors and traitors of the Yutu gang. It's a geek punks, but many of them can't even meet ordinary people. Not to mention that some of the Yutu gang are the main force of the guns. Once the war starts, the situation will be one-sided. I was thinking about what you said recently. I'm doing some experiments in Magatang. If it succeeds, it may spread to the entire gang. Chu Yao paused. In fact, the key is that we don't have means to buy weapons. He's an ordinary person. And even with guns, he can be a great threat. Alas. Yuanying Elder frowned. I have to worry. The Maui gang seems to be growing. But in reality, Chu Yao knows that the current gang is a paper tiger. And it will fall apart at first touch. The previous successful expansion was also due to the effects of his spells and strategies. But tricks don't work every time. And spells are not omnipotent. Even if she's still alone, if she faces dozens of guns at the same time, she will lose half of her life if she doesn't die. In fact, they have one of the easiest ways. That is to teach exercises. In the Maui gang, there are many people with spiritual roots. All of them were secretly discovered by Chu Yao, which surprised her. Ordinary people can make waves, but monks are different. Although they only have a certain level of chi refining matter power, they can be considered human-like machines in the society of heaven and man. But Chu Yao didn't dare to do this. At least, not now. Perhaps one day, when her own strength and cultivation could stand up both heavenly and mankind civilizations, she would do so. The most urgent task was to improve the overall quality of the gang members. Both physical skills and weapons needed to be trained. As to how to do it, she already had an idea. Lin Wu, a member of Magatang, was one of the 20-person guards that Chu Yao had carefully selected. She was a poor peasant girl. She had completely cut off all ties with her family since they her father sold herself into the power of debt. She had never gone to school, and she didn't know much. But she knew what it meant to repay a favor. She was on to save them, they Chu Yao captured Emperor Bai. That day, she had seen Emperor Bai's sun fall from the sky with her own eyes, and dark finally came in dawn. Chu Yao had saved her in the dark, and she had nothing to repay. So she vowed to follow along with the others. Lin Wu was very happy when they assisted Chu personally slipped her in Magatang. She had once given up on herself, thinking that she understood nothing except happens to everybody, but she was like this. Sister Chu patted her on the shoulder and said, they were painful. Sister Chu is a light in her heart. In just 2 months, she had witnessed the rise of the capital gang from the very beginning, as well as rebuilding Princess Yi. She wanted to follow Sister Chu to witness more. In Princess Yi's backyard, Lin Wu stood with 19 guards, receiving training from Sister Chu. Chu Yao had rented. The apartment behind Princess Yi was to serve as temporary accommodation for these people, and a small square in the apartment became their training ground. Each of them held a 3-foot-long wooden sword, which Chu Yao had prepared for them in advance. Hey, how many people want you? It's still the same as I said yesterday. Practice gymnastics first, then practice swordsmanship. Let's begin. Under Chu Yao's guidance, 20 little girls stood in 4 rows. I immediately started. Gymnastics, stretching my arms and legs, and patting my body from time to time. Gymnastics was Chu Yao learning the names of heaven and man. The original name of this thing was Zheng, which was a mandatory subject for all within the disciples of Tian and sect. It was true that she had no physical skills, but it didn't mean that she didn't understand it, and she could directly copy it. Zheng was a set of comfort exercises used to lay the foundation for disciples of the outer sects and maintenance technicians who had not yet entered the room. It could meridians, strengthen the body, and prepare for formal practice of chi refining. This thing was also very effective for ordinary people. Staying for a long time to enhance their physical fitness and improve their physical fitness. Chu Yao thought it was very good to see used directly. As for the sword art set, it was prepared by Gosharan. It was called Uni Sword Art. Only Chu Yao knew that Gosharan was swordsman. This mystery-reign sword art was not a fairy art, but a common martial art. The style was strange and changeable. Attack and defense were mixed together, entering like a drizzle, retreating like a puff of smoke, and then disappearing. It was very rough. It was suitable for these girls who had never practiced martial arts before. Start. Chu Yao herself had practiced it herself and found it was very practical. If she encountered a situation where she could not use her spiritual power, it could be well as a way to defend herself from her enemies. Under Chu Yao's gaze, the girls were doing gymnastics seriously, and after a while, they were all sweating profusely, and 2 of them even sat on the ground from exhaustion. They could do nothing. They had never exercised before, and they did not have any chronic diseases, so their physical fitness was naturally very poor. It was quite tiring to complete Jiang Legion. But even though they were too mad to do anything, they did not say a word. After resting for a while, they gritted their teeth and continued to follow the large army. Being personal guards was not only Sister Chu's request, but also the path they had chosen. No one wanted to disappoint Sister Chu. Chu Yao nodded in satisfaction. It was respect to someone she had chosen. There was nothing to say about her mood. As she was about to give instructions, a young woman trotted over from Princess Yi's back door. Sister Chu, a strange person came to the shop and said he wanted to see you. Mobile phone users, please browse and read. Palmistry is more convenient. I became popular in StarCraft. Chapter 29 hidden. See me? What's so strange? He just said he wanted to see you, but he didn't say anything else. And he wanted to drink tea. We don't have tea at home. Seo brought him a bottle of ice. Black tea, what? Then the man threw an iced tea over the floor. Speaking of trash drinks, you know Seo was mood. The 2 of them are about to quarrel, and we can't persuade you. Why didn't you try it? Seo is a clerk in the shop. Chu Yao didn't want to pay attention at first, but she suddenly wanted to see what the months so went the nightclub tour teacher and they looked like. Okay, I'll go and have a look. Chu Yao turned her head. See a woo, I'll go and have a look shop. You can take everyone to practice first. Hey, what? Limu saw Chu Yao pointing at herself. I was immediately stunned. Chu, I found it, believe in yourself. Come on, you're the best. Chu Yao turned to her, headed forward and left, stunned and woo, and everyone broke out in whole sweat. Do you even find trouble? Madam, why are you so angry? I didn't mean to hit you. I mean, iced tea is really a trash drink. You said, then no goal, then no goal. Look up and see where this is. Believe it or not, I'll pull out your hair. When Chu Yao walked into the shop, Seohua, who was wearing a staff uniform, was arguing with a strange man, looking desperate, wanting to go up and beat him up. Seohua, Chu Yao stopped lightly. Sister Chu, Seohua saw that the boss was coming, immediately quieted down, and quietly retreated behind her. The master finally appeared. The man looked at her with a smile. If you just want to seduce me, this method is too childish. Chu Yao put his arms around his chest, tilted his head and looked at the visitor. She was tall, fair-skinned, and quite handsome. The two looked at each other, and as soon as their eyes met, her heart skipped a beat. The sharp instincts that had been cultivated for hundreds of years told her that the person in front of her was very dangerous. Chu Yao always trusted her instincts. She hadn't felt this critical for a long time, and the last time was probably when she was trapped on a plane. When he arrived in Tianai City, he was the first to make her feel dangerous. Hello, Mr. Chu. The visitor handed her a business card. Chu Yao took it and read, Chen Yu, the special commander of the Criminal Investigation Department of the Arbitration Bureau, gave him a very formal headshot. Trial Bureau, the visitor is merciless. Let's talk. No, let's go. The girls will slap the guests. Okay, wait a minute. Don't tell me. I'm government official. Chen Yu didn't seem to expect this to happen, and said calmly, Chu Shai, a citizen of Tianai City, please cooperate with our investigation. Refusing to cooperate is against the law. Who are you? You took out your business card and said that you wanted to investigate. And I asked you, are you from the Law Enforcement Bureau? No, then you employee of Early Company. No, well, I'm a special person. Do you have an investigation letter from Early Company? Look, pick up this thing. Look, there's not even an investigation order, yet it said that it's not fake. Chu Yao winked at people around. Seohua understood immediately, took out his phone and started recording. Everyone, look, this guy is pretending to be an official, blah blah blah, deceiving everyone, don't believe it. Wait, don't push. You are obstructing official duties like this. Hey, then I say you're breaking the private house. Close the door. Princess Yi's door was closed, leaving Chen Yu all alone in the wind. The closed door made him feel a little stuck. He thought that the other party would cooperate, but he was kicked out. In the face of Chu Yao's nonsense, he was a little. Waste a moment. In order to explain this impasse clearly, we must start from the overall structure of the Society of Heaven and Man. The top layer of society is divided into three parts, namely, the main council responsible for administration. The office of the judge responsible for law enforcement and the secretary responsible for the court of justice are divided into three powers, and they jointly restrain and supervise each other. The general administration of interstellar affairs and development is subsidiary body of the Great Council. All interstellar corporations are administered by the general administration of interstellar and responsible for it. The interstellar corporations exercise autonomy over the developed planets in accordance with the law. The planetary governance system belongs to the local supreme authority *, which is very independent. It sounds a bit complicated, but simply put, the judicial office equals Rand Hall, interstellar general administration, each corporation and each planet have a high enough degree of autonomy. The system on Earth the corporation owns will also be different because of the corporation's policies. A planet on the name of Company A may be an oligarchy, while a planet on the name of Company B may be a parliamentary system. Therefore, departments in Tianai City to the Law Enforcement Bureau and the Planning Bureau are only responsible for the early corporation, and ordinary people in Tianai City only listen to the early corporation. Chen Yu's status as special commissioner is a relatively special situation, which is equivalent to bypassing the interstellar general administration to handle the corporation's internal affairs, which is possible more important. In fact, there is no reason for this. Even the early company has to cooperate with his work. It is very difficult to use the identity of the special commander of the judicial office on the UNSAR away from Emperor Tian now. The meaning in Chu Yao's words was very clear. I'm an ordinary person in the UNSing, I only know the early company. No matter how high-ranking the official is, it is not easy for me. It is quite a cheat, but being a cheat is effective. Chen Yu sighed and finally found a clue, but she cannot stop here. He took out his mobile phone and called his secretary in the city. Simpson, please contact Mao Wu. At the same time, inside the shop, Brother Chu, the judicial officer, mentioned, I understand. Are you naming my tongue? Chu Yao said. No, I mean, he's not a fake. We shouldn't have people away. Whatever, we have been driven away. It is all gone. Chu Yao said with a different face. Anyway, I have to go out for a few days. I want to find Mrs. Gong or Jiang. Before everyone could react, Chu Yao pressed the phone and the red square suitcase appeared behind him. He must have come. Remember by tea, the ship of tea is fine. Get lost, don't with me. Chu Yao blew a kiss to her sister and disappeared through Princess Yi's back door one by one. Everyone inside was stunned and did not recover for a long time. Brother Chu, run away. Chu Yao turned around nearly, deliberately found a place far away from Princess Yi, changed her appearance with magic, and got in a taxi. Yes, Chu Yao ran away. Not run away, but run to do something big. Chu Yao prepared for this for a long time, but Shen Yu's arrival had disrupted her plan in advance. The sudden arrival of the special commander of the arbitration office was like a cold water splashed to her face, instantly awakening her. Her identity was too dangerous. This person came to her so suddenly. He must have found some clues, but he was not sure. In any case, Chu Yao would have looked at him, let alone personal matters, but was soon an old argument. Would she see the identity of her monk? Although you have general understanding of the technologies and institutional structures of the Celestial Human Society, you still do not know technologies in the hands of the powerful. For example, the golden light used by the ship to capture people and the black mirror to sweep through everything. These were not recorded in Tiamat at all. The scene being captured in the cabin was still vivid, and screams of the monks who died on the black glass still echoed in her ears. She knew that Shen Yu would pull out a weapon she had never seen before and seal her power again. Chu Yao was a straightforward person, but she was not an idiot who would be careless. Running away was a little different, and it might make the other party suspicious, but there was no better way than this. Only maintaining a sense of fear and vigilance as the unknown could make us live longer. When it was the early company of the Judgment Bureau, they were all human monsters for the current Maui gang, and they could not be provoked at all. If Chu Yao's identity was exposed, the people around him would definitely be affected, and everything about half would be a disaster. They will be eliminated. It is not time to be strict yet. At least not yet. Chu Yao is not worried about Maui gang, and she will not leave for a long time. As for what will happen next, both Sharon have already formulated specific countermeasures. Moreover, they knew that this crazy official force would not be lost with the capital gang. A strange smile appeared at the corner of Chu Yao's mouth. The fact they had arrived at his destination. After the end of the car, she found a roof to lie down and wait for it to let out. I became popular in StarCraft. Chapter 30 Infiltration. In the highly important Tianai city, the wind was strong and waves were raging. A large cruise ship docked to shore amidst the sound of flutes, and the rolling waves splashed white mist on the banks. This was a passenger ship. The tourists got off one by one with the exhaustion of the long journey on their faces. They hugged each other and walked toward the exit. There was an unusual man in the crowd. He had a swollen face and a fat figure. He was squeezed together with others, with a briefcase in his hand, and there was determined and anxiety hidden in his expression. He walked out of customs, and there were people waiting for him on the side of the road. They were wearing suits and sunglasses. And the leader is Ding Nan, Brother Joe. Joe Cheng nodded. Ding Nan helped them open the car door. They sat down and drove onto the dark road. The younger brother was in charge of driving, and Ding Nan sat in the passenger seat. After getting in the car, Joe Cheng didn't say anything. The atmosphere was a little depressing, and Ding Nan didn't dare to speak. He was still a little afraid of this big brother. Most people familiar with the YouTube gang evaluated Joe Cheng as vicious and temperamental, and said evaluations in gang were even harsher. He was ruthless to his enemies, and even more ruthless to his people, and he would torture and cripple people every time. Because of this, the gang members felt more fear than respect for Ding Nan. Joe Cheng spoke suddenly, and Ding Nan in the front seat trembled immediately. How many years have you been with me? It should be 10 years since they entered the dark road together. Ding Nan thought that Brother Joe had something to say. 10 years. We spent 10 years building this land. Joe Cheng's voice was soft, as if it was formed before a storm. Then, you threw away a large piece of land in 2 months. After disappearing for 2 months, you two gang would well be. Yasha, hearing Joe Cheng scolding, Ding Nan was relieved, and just listened to turning his head lower like a child. He wasn't afraid that Brother Joe would lose his temper and hurt others, but he was afraid that he would be indifferent. That was when he was really angry. Just as the little brother was driving in a bad mood, his hands on the steering wheel trembled slightly. Joe Cheng scolded for a long time until sweat broke out on his forehead, and finally let out a long sigh. What? What's the name of that little girl? Give me Shishaya's information. I sent texting to you. Brother Joe, yes. Joe Cheng opened his phone, saw the file Ding Nan sent, and flipped through it. After a while, he was a little dazed. Is it gone? It's too short. It's gone. Brother Joe, we checked everything we could, both background and family history, but nothing out. That's it. This Shishaya seems to have out of nowhere. All I know is that she has failure accounts, and I used to owe jobs in a small shop. Nothing was found. Nothing was found. Don't act rashly. Send someone more careful and look for the source of those weapons first. Joe Cheng looked at Chu Yao's photo with the information, his eyes gradually turned cold. If you go out and around, you will have to pay that. Dark Street, Temin Road, 2nd Mansion. It's quite strange to have such a large and luxurious mansion on Dark Street, because it looks like building that only exists in wealthy areas of the Ring. But it does exist, and it is also the territory of the Fishhead Gang. This is one of the many properties of Joe Cheng in Tianai City. This is also the main stronghold of the Fishhead Gang, which gathers the top and backbone of the gang. There are 3 layers of wealth patrolling, which is completely different from the gangsters below. Although it is late at night, the outside of the mansion have been guarded around the clock, and no disturbance have been found. Chu Yao stood on the roof of a tall building in the distance, her eyes shining, watching the movement of the bells from afar. She has changed into a black nightgown this time, ready to go out at any time. In the afternoon, Chu Yao saw that Ding Nan brought Joe Cheng back here. The lights in Joe Cheng's room were low off, and he was obviously asleep. She glanced at her phone. It was already 2 o'clock in the morning. The moon was dark and the wind was strong. Kill, light a fire. Hey, it seems that I did the phone not long ago. She didn't come to kill, to light a fire. She was already conducted by the dictatorship. So it better not make any noise. Under the darkness, she put all the burdens on her body in place, and walked towards the mansion like a poisonous snake in the shadows of the street. With a little rap of her Jew, transformation Jew was thrown away. And without any sound, it turned into an inconspicuous mosquito, buzzing and flying straight at the door. The fact of the 2 girls at the glory chairs, I'm so sleepy, and I don't know how crazy Brother will be this week. Ah, it's just a cat hell thing. I think it's a group of little girls who pushed and fell, afraid of the hammer. You can't say that. Didn't you read what was said on the internet? Chu Yao said they were the heir of an ancient family. Do you believe what was said on the internet? People let their children run to the NDC. Experience, leisure, and so on, no nutrition. Chu Yao circled around a few times, and left without listening to any useful information, and flew in through a half-open window outside the villa. She returned to her hustle. Temporarily leaving, thinking the next route, and after the villa I remembered before it appeared in my mind. The villa had 3 floors. Her current location was the kitchen on the 1st floor, and her toilet with several rooms on the 3rd floor. She diligently dodged the cameras on the ceiling, opened the kitchen door into a small crack, and walked forward. It still turned into a small flying insect. The journey was unexpectedly smooth and without obstacles. The villa was dark, and the only sound was a white corridor with faint sound of wings. If Chu Yao was miraculously on land apple, then her golden finger was not a world-destroying system, and not the grandfather ring, but her own strange and unpredictable spell. Even in a society that relied on heaven and man, her cultivation was still a great reliance. She arrived on the 3rd floor and flew through the crack of the door to a large conference room. The oval conference table was 3 to 4 meters long, and the entire room was several times larger than Princess Yi's conference room. The camera shake could not be avoided, but Chu Yao also had a way. She transformed back into her original shape in the corner of the room, then passed into the blue spell, and then swayed to open cabinet in the corner. Outside it was records of the underground weapons department kept by Fischette Helper. After flipping through for a while, they were all important documents. Chu Yao didn't give up. She still had a few people she had not heard for, and now the conference room was cut off. It was still the same. She came to Cheng's office of Yuanying Elder. And her next target was the in his office in the computer. She had already learned how to use a computer, although she was not proficient in programming and coding. She could still surf files or view struggle records. Chu Yao searched for boxes after boxes for a long time, but didn't find anything particularly valuable. But just as she was about to open the computer on the table, there was suddenly the sound of heavy footsteps outside the door.